For over a decade, the Assassin's Creed series set the gaming world ablaze with its unique blend of stealth, action, and rich historical storytelling. But as time went on, the essence of Assassin's Creed seemed to transform, evolving from its roots as a stealth action adventure into something quite different. Join us as we delve into the rise of Assassin's Creed, exploring the heights it reached with Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla, and the lows where it may have strayed from its roots. Yes, we are covering every major Assassin's Creed release to date while trying to figure out where it lost its sheen. Let's delve into the series' origin to understand its initial concept and how it evolved over time. The roots of Assassin's Creed trace back to another game called Prince of Persia, with Patrice Désilets as its main architect. After the release of Sands of Time in 2003, Désilets was tasked with creating a new Prince of Persia game for the 7th generation consoles, namely PS3 and Xbox 360. Empowered by the increased power of these new consoles, Désilets envisioned turning Prince of Persia into an open-world game, inspired by the golden age of GTA. Jade Raymond joined Ubisoft in 2004 and was appointed as the producer for this project. Corey May, who had previously worked on the story for Warrior Within and Two Thrones, was also part of the team. This time they aimed to tell the story of a person aspiring to become a king, diverging from the traditional prince narrative. Patrice's team conducted extensive research on secret societies, focusing on the Order of Assassins. They drew inspiration from the real-life figure, Hassan-i Sabah, and the novel Alamut, depicting the origins of the Hashassin. Hassan-i Sabah founded the Hashassin, a group belonging to the Shia Ismaili sect of Islam. In 1090, he captured the Alamut castle in modern-day Iran, establishing it as their headquarters. The Hashassin controlled several other castles, forming an extensive network throughout Persia and Syria. The term assassin originated from Marco Polo's writings about them. The team decided to create the character Altair, influenced by Hassan-i Sabah, to serve as an assassin working towards leadership. Altair, an Arabic term meaning bird of prey, reflecting their hunting nature, was accompanied by an eagle in the game. Altair's character was crafted based on historical inspirations, such as using daggers and incorporating the concept of leap of faith. The famous tagline, "Nothing is true, everything is permitted," was attributed to Hassan-i Sabah and was deemed fitting for the game, emphasizing the theme of freedom. The idea of the Apple of Eden was initially considered amusing, but upon observing historical images of leaders holding spherical objects symbolizing power, such as the Globus Cruciger, the team realized its potential in the game. To explore the concept of storing memories in DNA, the Animus device was introduced, allowing access to the memories of past ancestors. This not only provided opportunities for time travel and multiple timelines, but also facilitated storytelling, enabling characters to travel between countries. The modern-day storyline was infused with science fiction elements, depicting modern-day assassins striving to save the world. While initially considering the title of Prince of Persia Assassins, negotiations led to Ubisoft accepting the new game as a standalone project, named Assassin's Creed in 2006. The team aimed to create a living, breathing world for players to explore freely, leading to the inclusion of only 9 missions throughout the game. Patrice was inclined towards creating an RPG game, where the emphasis was not on character levels or weapon stats, but on playing a role in the game. Eavesdrop mechanics were introduced, allowing players to listen to conversations, understand them, and then locate their targets. Side missions were omitted due to time constraints, as 4 years had already been invested in the game's development. Despite the team's doubts about the game's potential future due to limited gameplay and numerous bugs, public reception was overwhelmingly positive. The game exceeded expectations and even surpassed Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare to claim the top spot in the UK in 2007. By 2009, the game had sold 8 million copies. Ubisoft recognized the success and formed multiple teams dedicated to developing sequels and spin-offs, establishing Assassin's Creed as a major gaming series. The sequel, Assassin's Creed 2, began development in 2007, involving a team of 450, triple the size of its predecessor's team. Learning from criticisms of the first game, the team aimed to deliver a better gaming experience with improved and varied missions, along with the inclusion of side quests. The setting transported players to the awe-inspiring cities of Florence and Venice during the Italian Renaissance, meticulously bringing history to life. The visuals depicting architecture, bustling streets, and the overall ambiance were nothing short of breathtaking. Ubisoft excelled in recreating the Renaissance atmosphere. The charming and charismatic protagonist, Ezio Auditore de Firenze, embarked on a journey from a carefree young man to a skilled assassin, crafting a character arc for the ages. The narrative, infused with suspense, betrayal, and a thirst for revenge, held players captive. Notable supporting characters like Leonardo da Vinci added depth, and detailed NPC schedules heightened the immersive experience. The game's hallmark was player freedom, offering varied approaches like stealth, all-out action, or cunning strategy. Assassin's Creed 2 marked a defining moment for Ubisoft, providing the best replication of the Renaissance era in gaming history. In 2010, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood continued Ezio's saga in the charming setting of Monteregione and the sprawling city of Rome. Ezio's mission to establish the Assassins' Guild in Rome led to captivating missions. Brotherhood introduced chain attacks, revolutionizing combat strategy. The ability to recruit and train a personal band of assassins and the addition of multiplayer brought new dimensions to the game. Playing as modern-day Desmond added depth to the narrative, and improved parkour mechanics allowed for impressive aerial assassinations. Brotherhood offered a ton of fun with its compelling story, thrilling missions, and gameplay innovations that held players spellbound from start to finish. A year later, in 2011, Assassin's Creed Revelations continued Ezio's story as a master assassin in the mesmerizing setting of Constantinople. The visuals were impressive, and the players could engage in buying shops, gearing up, and hiring support. Innovations like the hook blade or zip lining and bomb crafting added new layers of mobility and strategy. Tower defense modes provided a unique twist, and the anticipated meeting of Ezio with Altair was a satisfying fan service moment. Revelations concluded Ezio's story satisfactorily, making it a must-play for fans, inviting them to explore the rich tapestry of Assassin's Creed lore. In 2012, global speculation about an impending apocalypse birthed both a movie and the game Assassin's Creed 3. The narrative unfolded as modern-day characters sought to avert calamity by reliving the memories of Native American assassin Connor during the American Revolution. Commencing development in 2010, the original plot envisioned protagonists Desmond and Lucy escaping Earth on a spaceship, echoing Adam and Eve's journey. This would have marked an end for the series. However, the triumph of Assassin's Creed 2 steered the narrative in a different direction. Assassin's Creed 3 immersed players in the vibrant cities of Boston and New York amid the Revolutionary War. Innovations included a permanent, usable ISO item and seamless navigation of the wild frontier, coupled with the introduction of naval gameplay. The subsequent chapter, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, set against the golden age of piracy, presented a dynamic blend of land and naval gameplay. Players navigated the seas or explored the open world on land. Lauded for its expansive map and acclaimed graphics, the narrative showcased Edward Kenway, a pirate turned assassin who finds a greater goal in his life. The game enthralled players with seamless naval combat and piracy, allowing for the creation of a personal ship and crew. It was a masterpiece, but the uncertainty faced due to upcoming 8th generation consoles led to fewer sales. Responding to fan requests, Assassin's Creed Rogue delved into the Templar's perspective, introducing Shay Patrick Cormac, an assassin turned a Templar. The game refined sailing combat and seamlessly connected the events of Black Flag and Assassin's Creed 3 from revolutionary America to the treacherous high seas of the Caribbean. These visually stunning games delivered an unforgettable gaming experience, crafting a captivating chapter in the rich tapestry of the Assassin's Creed series. This game also marked an end of the North American saga. At the same time, we got another game called the Assassin's Creed Unity. The game's development had commenced in 2010, right after the launch of Brotherhood. It was being crafted for the next-gen consoles, PS4 and Xbox One, harnessing their power to showcase an unprecedented scale, featuring hundreds of AI NPCs simultaneously. A technological leap that made the setting of the French Revolution a reality. Assassin's Creed Unity marked the introduction of a skill tree, adding a new layer of depth to gameplay. Despite its mixed reviews upon its 2014 release, marred by numerous bugs, a weak story, lackluster characters, microtransactions, and performance issues, it remains renowned as one of the best-looking Assassin's Creed games. The intricate detailing of Paris, taking 2 years to replicate every single brick of Notre Dame Cathedral, showcases its historical significance. Notably, the game's graphics still stand out today. A year later in 2015, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, developed by Ubisoft Quebec, introduced a dynamic duo. The twin assassins, Jacob and Evie Fry, set in 1868 London during the Second Industrial Revolution, Syndicate offered a captivating historical playground. Integrated vehicles became a game changer, allowing players to interact with them in various ways. Streamlined key items, rope launchers, grappling hooks, and zip lines enhanced traversal convenience. However, a notable shift towards combat over stealth introduced fresh gameplay dynamics, offering players more options to tackle challenges. Although the city received praise for its design, and the main storyline was decent, repetitive side missions and the aftermath of Unity's bugs led to sluggish sales, reaching only 5 million copies after 2 years. After 7 years of consecutive releases, Assassin's Creed Syndicate prompted Ubisoft to initiate a substantial overhaul to the series, introducing significant changes in both gameplay and storytelling, as per Polygon, the company stated. We've also updated our development processes and recommitted to making Assassin's Creed a premier open-world franchise. We're taking this year to evolve the game mechanics to make sure we're delivering on the promise of Assassin's Creed offering unique and memorable gameplay experiences that make history everyone's playground. This pause marked a pivotal moment, and 2 years later, the series returned with Assassin's Creed Origins, immersing players in ancient Egypt and setting the stage for a new era in Assassin's Creed games, a journey from the shadows to a massive open world. Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla took us to vast open worlds. Its development commenced post-Black Flag, spanning nearly 4 years and involving the collaborative efforts of thousands, except for Corey May, who departed Ubisoft following Syndicate. Despite initial reservations regarding ancient Egypt as an unfavorable setting, the game, ultimately influenced by fan requests, proved to be a breath of fresh air for the franchise. Released in 2017, Assassin's Creed Origins transported players to ancient Egypt, where they assumed the role of Bayek, a charismatic character set around 300 BC. This era marked a significant departure as Ubisoft introduced systemic systems, bidding farewell to mindless button mashing. RPG mechanics and a leveling system were seamlessly integrated, transforming the gaming experience. Picture an open-world country with the mesmerizing landscapes of ancient Egypt, from the lush Nile Delta to crocodile-infested swamps. The game revolutionized combat by incorporating stamina and adrenaline gauges, adding a strategic depth unseen before. The visuals were breathtaking, capturing the essence of the historical setting. Players even gained control of Senu, a trusty eagle for scouting. Assassin's Creed Origins achieved a remarkable success, selling 10 million copies and becoming a standout entry in the series. Ubisoft had now established a template that they could enhance. The following year brought Odyssey, and it did just that. First off, the RPG elements were back, and they were better than ever. But here's the twist: you could choose your gender, either Cassandra or Alexios, adding a whole new layer of immersion. Ubisoft also introduced ISU elements, choices, and consequences that shaped the story, along with a wickedly cool mercenary system. Combat introduced new abilities, and naval combat were back in action. Plus, we experienced massive battles on a scale we'd never seen before. It was an Odyssey like no other, filled with a vast, explorable open world. Ubisoft took the recipe for success they'd crafted and unleashed it full throttle with Assassin's Creed Valhalla in 2020. This time, we were transported to the rugged landscapes of England and Norway, promising over 100 hours of gameplay. But hold on, it wasn't your typical Assassin's Creed experience. Valhalla brought in new features like settlement building, assaults, and raiding. Combat took center stage with the introduction of dual wielding, making you feel more like a Viking warrior than a stealthy assassin. And guess what? There were activities like fishing, and the game offered different skill tree paths: bear, wolf, and raven. It was a full-blown RPG experience, and the classical historical setting's stealth focus of Assassin's Creed took a backseat. However, this concern seemed inconsequential to Ubisoft, given the staggering financial success of Valhalla. The game's combined revenue from sales and microtransactions reached an unprecedented $1 billion, solidifying its status as the publisher's highest-selling title. With games like Odyssey and Valhalla, a section of the community became extremely vocal about the series' future. The root of the problem can be traced back to when Ubisoft began to overly prioritize the series. Spoiler alert, but the first misstep was the decision to eliminate Desmond Miles. a move that rendered the modern-day storyline irrelevant. In the early games, it felt like players were engaged in a purposeful mission, saving the world and thwarting the Templars. The incorporation of real-life historical figures and locations into the narrative added an extra layer of intrigue. Scenes involving the Assassin Brotherhood, with the iconic line, "Nothing is true, everything is permitted," used to send shivers down the spine. However, in recent Assassin's Creed titles, this essence seemed to have dissipated. With the annual releases, the narrative took a nosedive, and Valhalla introduced elements of mythology, in a series which started as a historical science fiction. Mainline characters like Edward Kenway and the main antagonist, Juno, met their ends in comic books rather than within the games. It seemed as though playing games was becoming a futile exercise. Why not just read the comic books? The incessant yearly releases left fans with little breathing room, and innovation was sorely lacking. Simultaneously releasing multiple games, such as Rogue and Unity in 2014, made the series feel monotonous. Ubisoft struggled to bring a meaningful innovation to parkour and stealth, especially when compared to games like Dying Light, which redefined parkour, and Hitman, which elevated stealth gameplay. Bugs, performance issues, and unfortunate timing compounded the problem, leading to declining sales. In response, Ubisoft made the strategic decision to transition towards RPGs. This move brought in new fans and hefty bonuses for developers due to the success of Valhalla. However, the harsh reality is that fans are divided, half lean towards new RPG games, while the other half still harbor a preference for classic action-adventure titles. Ubisoft now faced the daunting task of reconciling these two factions. That resulted in Assassin's Creed Mirage, initially conceived as a DLC for Valhalla, evolving into the first independent release from Ubisoft Bordeaux. It aimed to revisit the series' origin with a renewed focus on stealth and parkour. We delved into Basim's journey, evolving from a street thief to a master assassin. Despite its attempt to return to the franchise's roots, the narrative fell short, accompanied by repetitive missions. This will be succeeded by an entirely new era for Assassin's Creed, referred to as Assassin's Creed Infinity. With several Assassin's Creed games in progress, the future of the series remains uncertain for its dedicated fanbase. This concludes the story of the Assassin's Creed series, a franchise boasting 200 million sales and 12 mainline games. Due to video length constraints, we didn't delve into its numerous spin-offs, expansions, DLCs, comic books, VR experiences, and even a movie. In summary, Ubisoft appears to be following trends rather than setting them, imitating successful games instead of innovating while remaining true to its roots. From a business perspective, this decision proves lucrative, as seen with games like Valhalla incorporating microtransactions. However, as fans, we must come to terms with the reality that Assassin's Creed will never be the same again. For insights into its godfather, the Prince of Persia series, click on the on-screen video. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more Game Explainers. Until next time, adios.